Bay Shore roller rink. Through a hole in the
For sure was for me. I mean, I crossed the finish line in London and I thought, I want to go to Rio, I want to win gold. What am I going to do this? I needed to make some changes, and I looked at what the best girls in the world were doing, and they were in this daily performance environment where they were basically training every day with their competitors. And I had known that Jamie had this group, and I started to do some research on other groups, and it was obvious that Jamie was the best coach, triathlon coach, and the best environment for me.
I think she was a little bit wary or nervous to ask me, and not because of me, but I think to understand whether she had accessibility, whether she had the right to enter into our environment.
I remember being so nervous when I was asking Jamie, because Pat and I had, we'd interviewed other coaches, we'd researched other coaches in training groups, and we just knew that this is where we wanted to be.
But once that Gwen and certainly her now husband Pat had identified what they were prepared to do and what they wanted to invest, it was a pretty easy fit, really. Gwen's normal. She's a normal person. She has apprehensions. She was a little bit maybe afraid to open up and to talk about what she wanted. She's certainly very humble, and yeah, she'd made it pretty clear to herself what she needed to invest in if she wanted to gain some success.
I'd always go last in the lane at swimming. I would always, just always want to be kind of in the background. And he's like, what are you going to do to change that? You can't be like that every single day. You need to have some, I don't know what the words he used. He always has some sort of saying or something, analogy that never makes sense until I think about it. So yeah, I think, I learned that about myself, and learned that sometimes, I do need to just be a little more assertive.
Whatever talent is, who knows how to measure it or how to quantify it or whatever it is. I think Gwen certainly got a great aptitude, certainly with the combination of her physical training and also the rigours and the self-discipline that's required to develop the mental skills to be a fantastic competitor in triathlon. Gwen goes about that business, or goes about chasing those skills without having to be chased, without having to be asked to do it. She takes good ownership of all those things.
Yeah, I think he knows when we're struggling for sure, and he pushes us because he knows in a race you're going to be under fatigue and you're going to be under pressure, and you need to be pushed in those moments, and you need to be able to think critically and know what to do in those situations. At the same time, he knows when we've kind of been pushed over the edge and we need a break. Last year, when we were in Victoria in the Basque region, he gave me these bike workouts where it was cadence restricted and it was seated, and they were like 20-minute climbs. So he gave me certain power ranges to hit, and I must have done that workout. I was doing it once a week, and I never would even come close to the numbers that I was supposed to hit.
I made this workout beyond her ability, and she had to chase and chase and chase, and she got emotive, she got upset that she couldn't do it, she was frustrated that she couldn't do it.
And I'd come back just defeated, and I'd be so mad. And I remember the last time I did it, and I was the only one in the group that had to do these sessions. I think that made it a little frustrating too. But Pat would always come with me, and the last time we did it, we went up the hill, and we get to the top, and I was just so mad, so devastated, and I stopped. I pulled over on the road, and I'm being all grumpy, and Pat comes up, and he's like, "That was awesome." I'd apparently gone up faster than I'd gone up any other time, and so Pat thought I'd be really thrilled, and I'm just almost in tears, I just suck, I can't do this. And
but that was set in place for her to learn about herself. So yeah, she gets upset, she gets frustrated, she has bad days. She's pretty open though. She'll communicate when she's struggling, when she's at a point where she's struggling to take on board concepts, and that's the good thing. And I guess as a coach, one of my ethos is to make sure I'm with the athletes to understand and to interpret that stuff.
Jamie a lot of times talks about the stone cutter. So the stone cutter is, chipping away at the stone for how long, and it doesn't, look like anything's changing or anything's happening, and then one day makes this huge dent, and he's able to cut through the stone. So he talks about that kind of in relation to those types of workouts where you're trying really hard, and you keep doing it and you keep failing and you may feel like you're not getting anywhere, but one day you will break through and you'll see that and you'll see the result. It's one of the reasons I joined Jamie's group is just the way our training group is. Like, we're all really good friends. Everyone's happy for each other when you're successful. And you know, when I came here and joined Jamie's group, the first race I had, I DNF'd, so the whole squad basically did better than me. And then I think they know, they've seen my ups and they've seen my downs, and I've seen their ups and their downs, and we're just like a family, and we're able to be really supportive of each other.
So first and foremost, we're a Triathlon Canada national program, and we have a fusion model which allows some athletes from other countries to come in and fuse with the Canadians. And I'm able to work for Canada and also coach Gwen because she's putting in, she's giving. So her leadership is fantastic. And I think the key things that the athletes can learn from her is that she's just like them. And what excites me is Gwen comes into an environment, and whatever somebody else can do, Gwen recognises she has to do it.
They used to be called Jamie's Angels, and apparently the boys hated that because they didn't want to be angels or something, I don't know. So somehow it changed to Wollongong Wizards, and I have no idea when that time change happened or how it happened. I should know the history on this. I'm going to do some research.